Hi, today we'll continue exploring Xbox Series or Xbox Series S, in this case, SSD drives, and how we can potentially replace those if they fail. So what I have here is obviously the Series X. It's not the same device that last time. That one was bricked, obviously. So hopefully I'll have more luck with this one. This is the original drive that came in this Xbox. As you can see here, that's 512 gigabyte, CHSN530. So I'll put this aside. We won't be using this today. This is Series X 1 terabyte drive. So CHSN530 1 terabyte. This came from working Series X, so hopefully I won't mess it up, because yeah, bricking Series X would be a disaster. This is something that I thought I'd try. The reason I chose this, obviously this won't fit in the case, but we'll still be able to use this. This is 512 gigabyte MSI M450 drive. The reason I kind of chose it was that it has the controller PHISON, I think, that was on that previous Series X S, sorry, that I bricked. So it's exact same controller. So I thought maybe with the same controller we could reuse, or we could use this drive. The problem is that I didn't notice that this has two memory chips as opposed to original one that had one. So this might be a problem, and I don't think, well, I'm pretty sure, even though it's the same controller, the firmware or the configuration of the firmware on this one is different, because again of two memory chips. So yeah, kind of, I don't know, this probably won't work, but we'll see. So again, we'll start with, and by the way, we'll do some other things, like we'll be exploring the XBFS. I created a small tool or application that I'll use to explore XBFS, that raw partition. But we'll start with this. So I already copied wiped the disk, wiped the drive. Then I copied what was on that original disk drive, and just the XBFS, or that raw partition. So the raw partition is exact same here right now. So obviously I saved the Series X XBFS partition. Hopefully I'll be able to recover that drive and the Series X. But anyway, so we'll put this one here and see if it works at all. Again, this is definitely compatible drive. It's larger, so that's one of the reasons I wanted to try this, is that this is larger. This is 1 terabyte. So I was wondering, maybe we can upgrade the size of the drive in Series S. So let's try that again. Let me show you actually what's on this drive. So give me 1 second. I'll put it in this. Obviously, I'll be reusing this adapter. Again, link will be in the description if you want to experiment with this. I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so the drive is connected. So that's 1 terabyte drive in here. Let me open the terminal. So again, I'm connected to my Linux machine. That's where this SSD is connected. So this is the Series S partition, or the partition table. So if you look here, as you can see, this is Series S. And then let's again, if you don't know what I'm doing, just have a look at my previous video. I've explained everything. So let's have a look. G disk, I think it is here. So if we do that, as you can see, it's Series X, 1 terabyte. By the way, I think they are kind of over provisioning the drive so that it has a lot less capacity. So I think there's a lot of sectors left as spare for some reason. I don't know. just a guess again. And I copied, again, I just created that XBFS partition. As you can see, there's no more partition, just this one. And what I did, I copied that that partition there. So the Series X drive is ready to go. So let's I'll put it in this machine, and we'll try to power it on and see what happens. Obviously, I have the OSU update on this drive already. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so everything is connected. The drive is underneath. I have the OSU update connected, power. I have my controller connected, HDMI. Yeah, so let me bring the... actually, let me try and move it so that you can see the light here, right there. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. So let's power it on. Again, 1 terabyte drive with the XBFS or that raw partition copied to that drive. Let's see if we have anything. First of all, yeah, the fan is spinning. One thing that's interesting, it didn't go into that troubleshooting screen, but anyway, we'll see. So I'll leave it as it is, and this will probably take some time. I'll come back as soon as anything changes. Okay, so it just took literally maybe 10-15 seconds, and it went straight to this screen. So let me go into troubleshoot, and let's try offline system update now. So we'll see. I think what it was trying to do previously, it was trying to download, I think, the software, because it didn't move like this. This progress didn't move at all previously. Now it's actually moving. So I think it was trying to download via internet, but obviously none of the, let me just get rid of this for a second. None of these Wi-Fi cards or whatever they are not connected. So there's no Wi-Fi, no network on this. So I'll bring this back. And again, I'll let it run, and I'll come back when it's done, or when anything changes. Okay, so the Xbox just rebooted, and still powered on. And surprisingly, if you remember last time, it went through downloading, verifying it, and never got to applying. So I'm just wondering, does that mean it certainly went further than previously? So let's just see what happens. I kinda, yeah, that looks promising. Okay. Let's see. So let's keep signing. Let's see what we have here. Perfect. So as you can see, we have, well, not 1 terabyte, but 800 gigabyte drive. So clearly it works. Let me try and restart it again and see. Let's turn off the console. So, okay. Let's power it on again. And I'll bring that window again. Is it on already? It is. Yeah, I think I know what our settings there. Was it in preferences? The power options. I need this to system maybe. General. I don't know what I want. Oh, power options there. What I wanted to do is, yeah, it's in shutdown. Okay. Let's do shutdown now. Shutdown. Okay, let me get rid of this. I'll unplug power. Okay, so I'll unplug power not from here. I don't want to damage it. I'll unplug it from the socket actually. So there we go, unplugged. I'll show you that nothing. So plug it back in. Okay, so back, power on, screen. Yeah, it's now starting. Don't know what happened last time. The moment of truth now. There we go. So this kind of, I think, proves that we actually can upgrade the SSD. So if we go to system again, there you go. So what we have here, we have Xbox Series S with 1 terabyte drive. Obviously, today makes no sense because 1 terabyte drives are expensive, and even if they come from the Xbox Series X for parts or whatever, they are expensive. But yeah, you can upgrade. You definitely can upgrade. So at least as of now, as of current version of the OS, Microsoft is not does not prevent us from upgrading the SSD. Obviously, again, you need that XBFS/RAW partition. So let me power it off again. I'll just turn it off, and we'll do some, just for fun, I'll put that, whatever drive I had, the large one, in here, and we'll see if it even starts. Okay, I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so the MSI drive is plugged in here. Let me just show you that. I'll try not to. As you can see, it's right here. Obviously, I can't mount it properly, so it's being held by Kapton tape. It's kind of, I think it's secure. So let me do this, and let's try and do this. I put this board again. I'll try to go straight to that troubleshooting screen or whatever. So I'll press this, and it's off. Let's try again. Nothing. So this doesn't work. Again, even though the controller is the same on the drive as the original series drive, it's definitely different firmware or different configuration because that memory chip has two flash chips. So yeah, this is failed. So that drive obviously won't work. So one last thing that I wanted to try is to put back the original 500 gig drive to this and see if it starts. The reason I'm not so sure is that, again, we did OSU, so that offline software update on the 1 terabyte drive. So it is quite possible that it won't start with that original XBFS. But if it doesn't, we can copy it from that 1 terabyte drive and see what happens then. So I'll be back in a few seconds. Okay, so the original drive is right here. Let's flip it over and see what happens. I'll plug the power back on. Okay, so let's try and start it. No light at all. Oh, there it is. Went power off immediately. There you go. So exact same thing as on previous one. There. So fortunately, this time I have the XBFS after OSU. So apparently every single update, even the OSU to the same version, again, this drive that's in here has had the same version of the software as the OSU, same exact version. So it looks like every single update modifies the XBFS, that raw partition, and makes the backup useless. So there goes the idea of using or saving original XBFS somewhere and hoping that we can, if the SSD drive fails, we can take some other SSD, put back that XBFX image on there, and it'll work. It won't, because every single update modifies XBFS partition and it will prevent it from working. So I'll put I'll copy that XBFS partition from here to the original drive, and hopefully it will start then. I'll be back in a few minutes this time. Okay, so I copied the XBFS partition from this 1 terabyte Series X drive that obviously was here before, and I put it back in. So let's see what happens now. Hopefully it will start. If not, that means I bricked another Series S. Put this aside, and again this port is plugged in. I'll plug the OSU, plug the power back in. Okay, so the power is connected. I have my controller, and I think I will have to start it in that troubleshooting mode. So press this, and then doesn't power off. That's a good sign. There. Okay, so this might actually work. Offline system update. Let's see what happens. Again, be back when or if anything changes. Okay, so the console is restarting, and we'll see what happens. So again, we are looking good, I think, because if there was a problem, it would probably stop at verifying. So yeah, we should be good. Okay, moment of truth. Yep, works. So I didn't break this console this time. Let's skip the sign in and let's see what we have here. System, storage. So as you can see, we have original drive back in this console, which is working. So I'll turn it off. So the so the conclusion is that we can update the let me get rid of this. We can replace SSD with larger SSD. Obviously, we need that original XBFS. So that's kind of on a positive note. Unfortunately, what I was hoping for was that if we make a copy of that XBFS file or partition, we can then reuse it at some point later, but we can't. Well, we can, but anytime we do update of the console, software update, it becomes useless. So it looks like there is no easy way, at least at this point, of saving the XBFS for later, so that if the SSD fails, we can reuse that XBFS image, put it on the new drive, and use it. So that won't work. Now let me show you one thing. I think I won't be doing this today. I'll make another video. Let me show you one thing. I'll just put it aside and I'll show you one more thing that I'll be doing. Okay, so let me just show you quickly the. So this is the XBFS image. So the raw partition, XBFS partition that I did after that OSU, which means the one that was on Series X. So I created a small tool, XBFS tool, which can extract files that are in here. So XBFS image, and then let's do files. So what it does, it just goes through that that file and extracts, or the raw partition, or XBFS partition to be precise, and extracts some data, so some files. So if we go to files, you see we have those files. Obviously most of them are encrypted and all binary, so we won't be able to look at this easily, but we can obviously have a look in this in some sort of hex editor. But if we go to one of the previous versions, so so this one is, I think, the original on the 500 gig. So let's do the same thing. So XBFS tool. So as you can see, exact same thing. Format version. Yeah, this looks. So sequence number is different, first of all. So on that new one, sequence number is FE, whatever it means, I don't know. It's different. But what we can do now is we can compare which files are different. So let's compare this one and which one was it after OSU file. So as you can see, these files are different. So bootloader, different. And I think that's the key. I think that's where the problem is. Header is just the update. Yeah, so there's quite a few differences, as you can see. Anyway, I'll make another video on this, and just to have a, so that you can. So it's just a small C program that does all that. It's very short, actually. So again, I'll go through that in one of the next videos. Today, again, the conclusion: we can upgrade SSD in the Series S. Obviously, if we have compatible drive. I'm guessing we can also use Xbox Series S drive in Series X. So yeah, no point probably, but maybe if your, say, 1 terabyte drive fails and you can still recover that the XBFS partition, then you can buy cheaper Series S drive and use it. But anyway, the other thing is that obviously the XBFS partition changes after every upgrade, and previous versions, even if it's the same version of the software, won't work. Anyway, that's it for today. Please subscribe if you like my videos. Please like my videos if you like them, obviously. And I'll be back with that other video regarding the XBFS exploration.